Hey everybody, I'm John Granado. That is Josh Jordan. You can hear us on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5. You can also see Josh's work, sportsmaphouston.com. Hit subscribe if you haven't yet so you get all of our content right here, SportsMap HOU. Few games now into the Grapefruit League. Already a handful of new and familiar faces setting themselves apart. How about Justin Durden, the way that he is starting? A high likelihood Brantley and Jordan get load management this season. You think Durden can help them this season?
Dusty thinks it's a possibility. He's had a lot of great quotes about him. Even going back to last year, they've seen some things they like. I think it's going to come down to the roster shakeup, right? Is Jake Myers, is that the guy he's going to have to beat out to get on this roster? I think so. I think it helps that he's a left-handed bat, so that maybe he could platoon with Chaz a little bit. We know how good Chaz is against left-handed pitching, not so much against right-handed pitching. Jordan and Brantley are left-handed hitters, so you bring in Dearden, maybe he can fill that role for him. So I think it's a possibility. They like this guy. They built up his strength, and the only real knock on him is when he got to AAA last year.
He didn't hit.
He hit a wall, but when he spoke about it, he said he'd never played that many games in a year. He said he was just out of gas, and they've made some adjustments. They brought him in to a strength program this year, so maybe, look at the way he's hitting. If he keeps doing this, I think definitely it's a possibility.
And here's just another guy in an organization that is so poor, 27th, 28th every year. Keith Law rates them the worst minor league system. Here's another guy, along with Joyner. It's going to probably Corey Lee. Probably going to come up. We see Hensley. It's unbelievable. Seth Martinez is going to be, or Renel Blanco is going to be, whatever the case may be. All of these guys that are going to contribute and be paid the minimum salary because of their youth. It's amazing how this organization continues to just roll out guys.
It is. They just keep coming up, and you're right. Something with Keith Law, they really pissed him off at some point. Right. It seems like it because they keep producing guys, and you brought up Ronel Blanco. Man, this guy could really do something. Dana Brown was talking about him on the broadcast the other day. Like, I wonder if we could stretch him out a little bit. I wonder if he could start. And then sure enough, just yesterday, we saw him go 2 innings in a spring game. So maybe they're going to try and stretch him out a little bit.
Yep. So all eyes were on Luis Garcia with the delivery, without being able to rock the baby. I saw an article that said he's going to be better off. He's going to be more compact. It's not going to be as loosey-goosey, all of this stuff. I think that his motion probably threw off some hitters, but it could well be work to his favor because he is just more compact and fire into the plate. We'll see how it all works out. One thing that's pretty important with McCullers on the shelf, no Verlander now, is that he gets off to a good start.
Oh, 100%. We all love Hunter Brown. We love the upside. He only started 2 games last year. We forget about that. He played in a lot of games on the big league club, but he only started 2. So just the idea that he's going to slip right in your rotation and be your number 4 or 5 starter, we'll have to see. So to me, that means Luis Garcia's got to step up. Christian Javier, as much as I'm his biggest fan. He's only had the 1 good year.
We're giving him the Cy Young Award already.
Already.
Dude, let's let him pitch some first and make sure that he gets off. No, it's kind of a big deal that all of these guys, or Urquidy gets off to a good start. Hunter Brown, he struggled in his first outing. Doesn't bother me at all, if you want to know the truth. He's trying to work on stuff. I don't care about that. I want to know the truth. And he's the one guy that should be able to work the pitch clock, if you want to know the truth, because he actually did it last year.
Yes, he's used to working with it. He talked about it, that it's just something he's got to get used to his timing back, because he did it last year, and then he went and pitched in the big leagues, and now he's back to doing it again. So I'm with you, John. That's what spring is for, your first start. You're just trying to get that slider right, to get your fastball in the zone where you want it. So let's give this guy some time.
Yeah, and then you got a couple of arms in the bullpen to think about is Seth Martinez. How do you get Seth Martinez up? That dude was so good last year, and yet there seems to be no room. I don't know if there's any room for him. Renel Blanco is another guy that you got to get up to the big league club. It is an embarrassment of riches, and it's a good thing. But at some point, you really got to think, hey, we got to get these guys up there.
I think Martinez and Gage will probably be the last 2 relievers that get in there. Of course, Phil Maton, we just assume that he's going to make it, but based on last year, he was up and down. So maybe that's not a lock, but, they went and gave Gage some money. He kind of has that invisible thing going on, the lefty. That's what they like about him.
They need a lefty, too.
They need a lefty. Dusty wants a lefty. Blanco is interesting to me because in the Dominican Winter League the last 2 years, he has a 0 ERA both years. He was closing games for him. It's interesting to see, can he develop into somebody that can pitch more innings? Is that somebody that'll come up? But I'm with you, John. Seth Martinez, what does this guy have to do? He could be replaced maybe by Belak if they just want a pure starter for that extra roster spot if McCullers isn't ready. So, but hey, good problems, though. Good problems.
No, you can always bring – if Belak is just going to sit there, put him in AAA and let him pitch there so that he gets, he keeps on pitching. But put Seth Martinez on the team, man. This dude, I love the way he throws. I had no qualms about him being, despite his lack of experience last year, he proved he can pitch at the big league level.
100%. I'm with you. I hope we see a lot from him this year, but it is such a good bullpen. But keep in mind, as we head into the next season, Neris, Stanek, their contracts are up. We don't know if they'll be back. So maybe the timeline is for these guys to step up and really make an impact next season.
Well, Stanek, I think they told him something last year when they didn't use him at all in the postseason. I don't know that he's a guy that they think is going to be around. That is saying something. And then they've always got the Astros ain't afraid to bring up guys that are going to be on minimum salary and under team control for 3 years. So I could certainly see Blanco, all of those, a bunch of those guys coming up next.
Yeah, I'm hoping maybe Blanco, one of these guys, is your next Brian Abreu. I mean, he was incredible last year.
Absolutely.